Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of DadVGirls After Hours, episode 22.
Woo!
And we've got a guest.
Yay!
Way!
Finally.
So, most requested guest in the world has been
And
Grace.
can I say that I was meant to come on before Casey?
You was, but you had all your revision from your GCSEs.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah. So you
I
was
couldn't
meant
get
to
in
come.
time, yeah.
You was meant to come on before.
But you have literally just finished your last GCSE exam today.
Yeah, this morning. I literally fell asleep in the exam, which isn't very good.
But you'd finished it though, right?
Yeah,
Please tell me
no,
you'd finished it.
It was a 2-hour-long exam, which is so long, and everyone was done. I was like, I'm going to sleep, and then the examiner woke me up, and I was like, oh.
How have your GCSEs been?
They haven't been too bad, to be fair. I mean, in terms of stress, I was more stressed before them than actually during them. Like, I don't think they were that bad compared to, like, even my mocks. They were actually easier. But I can't talk now because I haven't got my results yet.
Yeah, but I felt like you came out really confident. Like there was quite, I feel like all the exams, don't jinx it, touch wood. Like, wait, you had how many, was it 23, 24 exams?
Like 22, I think. Somewhere along there.
Yeah, so I feel like, say 20 of them, you came out feeling really confident.
Yeah.
I was like, I think I've done well. I think I knew this question. And I feel like we had like 2 wobbles.
Yeah,
Where you were
one of the
stressed before
maths, I called you after and I was like, oh my God.
I was in a meeting
and
I put my phone up and you was really loud and you was like, what the F was that? And I was like, what? Like, the exam, I was like, okay, I'm just in a meeting, I'll call you back. Because I obviously answer all the time whenever you kids call me in case there's a problem.
Yeah.
But really loudly, like, and we're in a quiet room because you've all waited for me to answer my phone. Like, what the? I was like, oh no. But I feel like with maths, like, it's really hard because you don't know the answers to maths. Like with English and with the others, you can kind of gauge whether you wrote the right answers. Maths, you don't know until they've marked it.
But then they put the mark schemes on TikTok, so I get to go back after and see what I wrote. And I didn't do as bad as I thought.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Wait, who's putting them on there? How are you getting?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that the real exams?
Yeah. I don't even know how they do it. They just...
Okay, well, I was going to say that I'm actually really impressed with how well you've revised, considering as well you have ADHD.
It's been so hard to revise.
But you have done it though. When I was talking to my mum the other day, because I can't really remember revising, but my mum basically said to me, she was like, she had to sit with me, and if she wasn't sat with me, I wasn't revising. And she had to sit with me every single time.
I remember her telling me that. But
and I was like, yeah, that pretty much sounds like me. So I'm actually like really impressed how dedicated you were to it, and we didn't have to force you. Like, you know,
it was actually your idea. Because she wasn't able to revise at home, and you were the one who said, we'll get her to revise at the office.
And also, I've always tried putting really like slow, calm music on. But for me, that doesn't work because I'm like, I feel really bored and like tired and I want to go on my phone. Whereas I found if I put like more upbeat music on, I'm like, my brain's like still like kind of stimulated.
She's listening to Eminem.
I actually am.
Eminem, like,
she's like got disco lights. There's like a rave going on in her room. It's like, we're like, Grace, you should be. We walk in. Oh, revising. You are revising. Okay, sorry.
But there is sometimes that I go in the rooms like the lights off, and let the lights off, and you are revising on your laptop or something. I'm like, turn the light on, like get a bit of. Like...
So the thing is, what I found and with like ADHD is like when I work in my best, right? It's when I'm in a busy environment that isn't people I know. So like a cafe, a restaurant, like anywhere like that, the louder, the better, right? And so I get the whole loud music thing. If it's dead quiet, if I try and work on my laptop at home, I cannot get anything done. I'm so distracted. My mind is just constantly.
Yeah.
But when I'm listening to like music and there's other people around me and it's loud, I can get work done. Like, do you find...
That's what I found is way better than even just being in my room, because not also the loud noise, but the fact that I can't just go up and get and like procrastinate, because that's what my worst thing is. I always procrastinate everything. So in my room, I'm doing something, then all of a sudden, I have to resort out all my drawers, which I never want to do until...
Wait, you go to revise and all of a sudden you want to tidy your room? No. You never do.
It's not like I actually tidy my room, but then I'm like, I need to do something else. That's not
anything but this.
Yeah.
Something it's going to be a long task, a very long task. But how are you feeling about leaving school? Like, are you feeling sad or?
I'm not feeling sad, but it's going to be really weird because none of my friends now that I go to school with are coming to my next college, which is going to be a bit upsetting because obviously I spend like every day with them, and then it's obviously going to be like all of a sudden I can only see them like on weekends and stuff. So it's going to be weird.
You say that, but also I don't think you care as much as like, so say for example, Casey, she would have been more interested in just going where her friends
To be
go
fair, though, I
or
didn't get
staying.
in. I would have gone if I got in.
Yeah, but you also had no intention of staying at sixth form at the school you're at now.
Yeah.
I think in a way you sort of also kind of like the idea of like the next step being a bit of an adventure,
Yeah.
going to a college.
Yeah, and I
in
have
London.
made some friends. I've made one really good friend that I've gone and seen a few times.
Who's going to the
Yeah,
college
yeah.
you're
The
going
new
to? Yeah.
college,
Which has been really nice. But she's also got ADHD, so we kind of like have stuff. That's not what we talk about, but as in like, because I have no other friends with ADHD, so it's hard to like relate to people.
Yeah.
In some of my aspects, because it's not my whole life, but there's a lot of it that it's like it's good to talk to someone with it.
So
You could talk to your dad every day, although I'd be bored of hearing about it.
I do feel like ADHD is going to come up a lot in this podcast, which for people who have ADHD will be like brilliant. For people who don't
He was
have it,
not. I'm
they're
already
like,
there.
oh my
I'm
God,
already there. I'm like,
their whole
oh,
personality
God.
trait is literally that they have ADHD.
Yeah. It's like, geez, get over it, guys.
Oh Lord. All right. So tell us what you're going to be doing at college. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you to share with everyone else.
I'm
So
doing-
100% know.
I'm doing fashion, but I'm doing like styling stuff and like doing like visuals, so different. Like I might go on photo shoots or like catwalks and try like style their clothes, or even doing like different styles of like photos and like backgrounds and stuff. So it's not all just focused on the clothes, it's like the whole
Yeah.
scene of it. So I can try and figure out what I want to do if it's like on set, like modeling, or like on a catwalk, or if I want to be taking photos of people and like rearrange, or like whatever. I don't really know. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, well, because the thing is, like, so one of the jobs that could come out of what the course you're doing, there's obviously lots of different ones, but like a stylist. And I never actually realized how important a stylist is for a shoot. Because obviously on debut, like we've only used a stylist a few times, but oh my God, like when you use one,
It just elevates it.
it elevates. Because I'm like, what are we going to use a stylist for? We know what clothes the models are wearing, the clothes that we've made. But then they'll bring it in with like accessories, shoes, and even they work on the way that the models stand, or it also bleeds over into like art direction for the actual shoot. So there's actually so much like creative stuff that you could do in fashion.
So basically, Dad's asking, are you going to come work for Davo? We need a stylist.
well, because when I do it, we only do it a couple of days, so it's not the whole week. So I'm hoping that the other days I can like try get a job. But I was thinking, me and Dad were talking about this before, doing it somewhere else. Then, because I can always come back to Davy because you guys do that, whereas I can't always.
Yeah,
I've never got the opportunity to do other stuff as well.
Yeah, because I was saying that I actually think that she could get better experience going into work for other people.
She was what they called like an apprentice type stylist, so she learns like alongside a stylist, whereas we don't have one, so you would be it. Like,
and obviously if we do
need to
shoots,
learn.
like you can come on that, but I think you'll get so much more experience by just getting a bit like thrown in at the deep end rather than coming to work for mum and dad. So
yeah.
Exciting times, next chapter for Grace. So, and how do you feel like you're going to feel about going to a new college? Because obviously like one of your anxieties is, well, the only thing that you've really ever been anxious about is around school. Do you feel like that's going to like carry on into college, or do you think it will be like a different experience?
Well, I mean, obviously I don't really know, but I think it'll be different because it's not really like a school. You're not like confined. It's kind of more independent. So I always hate the fact that it's like, I've always felt like you feel really trapped in school as well.
Yeah, I feel like,
and the teachers like analyze everything about you.
This is what because when Grace used to say like if she was poorly at school, the teachers would just send them back, like go and see, and
got back to class, home, not back home. Yeah,
she would come home and she would have been so upset that she's gone to the teacher like 3 or 4 times, and I feel like it's such like a respect and a trust thing that if she doesn't feel well, that she needs to be able to know that they would call me and come home. And I think like Chloe shows signs of that. And I feel like that's where it's really important that although you can't just let them have a time off school, but you have to really look at the child individually and work out like.
Because also like I guess what it is with you. It's like when you're at school, you kind of feel like you're trapped there. Like there isn't, if something happened to you, you weren't well, you was having a panic attack.
You've got to stay
But
there.
you just got to stay there. And
Yeah.
with college, like, you know,
Yeah.
you could just literally walk out the lesson and no one would bat an eyelid.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also the college is really good. Like they're really accommodating. And like, because we've talked to them as well with anxiety and my ADHD, which already mentioned.
Wait, if you got ADHD, you have not mentioned that.
No, but they've like said I can have like a mentor to help me or something. What was it? Was it a mentor to help me? Because it's a lot of coursework rather than, which I prefer because I don't like doing tests. I hate it. But with coursework, doesn't mean it's all going to get done on
Well, yeah,
time.
because basically they say it's the way they try and do it is it's a working day. So she would be as if she's in a working environment.
What's this, 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then realistically, she should have one day where it's catching up with coursework and then another 2 days of working elsewhere. So that you still are doing a 5-day week, but it's spread out in a different area. So that she shouldn't just go and work. Like she needs to think about the amount of coursework she has to have. So we have to think about that. But yeah, so talking of like future and stuff though, what about content wise and where's your head up with YouTube and
Any danger of you uploading a YouTube video ever?
And I always say I will. I'm like, I do one video. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be me going off again, doing like a whole YouTube. And I'm like, it never works.
But the thing is, I think as well, like for you, like you much prefer like making TikToks and stuff, right? That's obviously like what you find.
My favorite. I like doing little vlogs and stuff on TikTok. Like everything I can do, like I can make a longer video and just post it on YouTube, but I just prefer, it just feels easier doing a TikTok and not as much like, I don't even know, but it just feels more casual.
Also, I think that's kind of the way things are going. Like you're seeing so many people now doing like spend the day with me, day in the life on TikTok, and TikTok's starting to encourage longer videos like for like monetization and stuff.
Yeah.
Although the monetization on TikTok isn't as good as it is on YouTube, if you can bang out like a few of those a week versus like one YouTube video every 6 months with Grace, like in a way, like it's actually, you may as well lean into what works for you, what you enjoy, because you'll be able to do a much better job of it. Maybe YouTube's just something that it's either maybe not for you or something that you might pick up in the future.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think there's any hurry, like any rush.
I feel like it's always been a thing that you feel like you should do, and we've kind of felt like, it's a good opportunity for you, but
if it's not for you, it's not for you.
It's not
like
for you.
It don't matter, does it?
Just loved in TikTok.
Yeah, then just do TikTok. That's what if that's what you feel more comfortable doing, then that's what you want to do.
I don't know about the future, but for now, I'm just probably going to stick to TikTok for a bit.
don't unsubscribe to her channel though, because you never know.
Too fast.
She could throw out a video one day.
You could get a little video going. But yeah, and then let's talk about the fact that obviously everyone else knows this, but you having 4 sisters.
Yeah.
So it's not a surprise, but just talking about like how you feel about having 4 sisters, no brothers, because we always get like, would you want a boy? Would you have wanted a brother? Is that something
I feel like because I've never had a brother, I don't really like. I don't know the difference, so it doesn't really like affect me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I did want a brother, but I'm like,
That's how I feel about having a son. I've never had one. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what I'm missing. So I get what you're saying.
I do have Chloe wishing for a brother. I'm like, well, you need to be careful of them wishes, girl.
No, because do you remember what I said? Do you remember in Mexico, I came up to you and I was like, I had a nightmare last night.
No, I can't remember.
I was like, you were pregnant again.
Oh gosh, yeah, that would be a nightmare. Again. Again.
Why would that be such a nightmare?
No.
Casey says the same thing.
Adamant, like, well, obviously it's not going to happen now anyway, but Casey and Grace are adamant, like, we're at why? What for? What reason? Because the age gap, because of the amount of kids.
The amount. It's just so chaotic everywhere in our house. I love it, but like, I feel like sometimes also if you ever like, oh, can you watch them? I'm like, no, I don't want to. Like in the morning when I wake up and you're like, she came into my room, it's 8:30 and she's like, why are you still in bed? Are you being lazy or something? What did you say? No, what did you say the other day?
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
No, I didn't. You just realised that's not even what I said. You just literally made
what
that
did you
up
say?
live.
You're like, why are you still in? You said something like that. Yeah, you did, because...
What did you say?
I can't remember.
This is yesterday.
I think I was just saying... No, I think because she woke up... Oh, no. I said... I know. I said, what are you doing? I said, babes, you got to get up. You got a busy day today.
No, after that. No, before that, I mean. What did you say?
Babes,
what I
get up,
said.
you lazy bitch. Something like
I'm
that.
actually really nice at the way I wake up and talk to you in the morning. I'm not like...
Yeah, but I had to go watch Maddie in the morning.
For what, half an hour?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, you make it sound like we leave you with the kids all the time. Like, hardly ever do we ask you or Casey to help.
I do love Maddie though. She's so cute.
She's really easy. This is what it's not like you have to watch her and she's trouble. Like she would just chill with you. Like
actually, she didn't do the puzzle at all. She made me do it all.
You did the puzzles. Seriously. Okay, so then the other thing, because obviously when we had Casey on, we spoke about Sophie.
Yeah.
And I know that people had the same question, obviously, for you. So obviously, growing up with a sister with special needs, what was your understanding of it when you were younger, growing up?
What was your earliest memories of?
I feel like it was, when she used to get the tube, and I would go in. Did you come in the bathroom? Or who went in the bathroom with me? Me and someone else used to go into the bathroom at our old house.
And do what?
No,
give me some context here.
No, I don't remember, but I just remember that whenever Sophie would be in the front room getting her tube done, I hated it, so I'd always have to go in the bathroom.
Oh,
and I feel like someone came in with me.
Probably me. I was probably hiding as well. It was awful.
There's me holding my breath because it was terrible.
I remember I hated that, so I always used to just...
Was there ever a moment that it dawned on you, or was it almost just like, did it just feel normal?
Yeah. Like, I've never really thought about it. Like, I've never been like, oh, she has... Like, I've never thought, oh, she has disabilities.
Yeah.
Unless, like... But sometimes when we're out, I kind of am like... Because she's sometimes a bit, like, she doesn't have much social awareness. So she'll be, like, just staring at someone. And
Grace goes, oops. She's always got this oops. She goes, oops, and just grabs her out of the way, like, oh.
Because obviously I don't want people judging her because obviously they don't understand.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Sometimes I'll just leave her and I'll pretend like I haven't seen her staring at people because I just think, like, I don't want to upset her and constantly be pulling her away. But sometimes I do, like, come on, Sophie, like, come over here, face this way.
Sophie, you must say hello if you want to see them. I just say, you must say hello. Like, because I know you say, Sarah, Mum. No, you don't say Sarah. You say, Mum, no. And I'm like, she's fine. Like, it's okay. Like,
it feels awkward. It does feel awkward.
But she's learning. It's a world around her that she's trying to learn. But I do think you're right. And, like, I think even sometimes me and Dad, like, we don't even realise the situation we're in until you have to really
it's only very occasionally that you actually think about it.
EHCP for school and they ask you all these questions and then you're comparing her, like, that's when I'm like, oh, like, she actually is special needs. We just take Sophie for what she is. So
yeah, that's what we've always said. But I've never really had to think about it because then sometimes I'm like, not lose my temper, but I kind of get frustrated. And I'm like, oh wait, like she doesn't understand as much as like our cousins the same age do.
Yeah. And that's how I explain it now to Chloe. Chloe's asking a lot of questions, and I just say to Chloe, maybe we should have Chloe on next. No, I say this to Chloe all the time. I'm talking to her and just saying like she's got a different brain, and like her brain is now younger than your brain. So trying to explain to Chloe that we now take care of her. So there's some things that she may have started to like laugh at Sophie for, but I'm like, no, we don't do that because this is Sophie's. She's like, oh, and I've really
it must be really confusing for Chloe because she has an older sister that she has to treat like a younger sister. And this is what I was trying to explain to Chloe before. I'm like, I know you're the younger sister, but in a way, you're the bigger sister.
I wonder what it'd be like though if she didn't have older sisters. As in, because like if you grew up with someone who has a disability that's older than you, because you know how you look up, like I look up to Casey. I wonder how it'd be if you.
Yeah, I think we're lucky in a sense that she's not the youngest and she's not the oldest. I think that does well for Sophie.
Well, she's the middle, but she definitely isn't treated like middle child syndrome. She's more sport than all of them, I would say.
But it's only really now that we're sitting here talking about it, I'm actually thinking we are actually so lucky of how good all of her sisters are with her. like how not like you and Casey are like not embarrassed of her.
No.
Like it's never been an issue. It's never been like a case of like you don't want your friends to or people at
Casey
school.
used it as her one truth, one, what was it? Her two truths, one lie.
Yeah, her two truths, one lie.
She said she went in like school when people used to have to do two truths, one lie. She would say, it'd be like I've got
whatever the other lie
Yeah.
was. But then one of the truths would be I've got a sister with disabilities.
She said she used to think people would think that was the lie. Honestly.
yeah.
But I do love that. I love personally that we've got 5 girls, 2 above Sophie and 2 below Sophie, that she'll always forever be looked after by people around her. So how many children would you like to have? Are you thinking big family? Small family?
3 or 4 kids. So is that middle? That's normal.
I mean, 4's quite a lot, to be fair.
I'm just trying to think when I go on a roller coaster, if it's even.
What? You're planning your kids around a roller coaster?
Most people say cars, like free because it can fit in the back.
Well,
a 5-seater. But no, you're
yeah,
going
but we
for
always
a
go
roller
to like.
coaster.
Well, I mean, three's. I think three.
Well, if you have
three's a
3
good
kids
number
and
because
you
then instead of
me or
5.
dad with you, one of the grandparents,
Yeah.
then we make it
but you
even.
can only have one.
Because then what about if you have 4 kids and then you take one, me or Joel, me or dad?
Why wouldn't you both come?
Would you avoid having a age gap like we have with all of you?
I want my kids quite young. I want my kids in between like 20 and like 27.
Yeah, maybe more so the 27s.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa, 20 is like...
Even though we were so young, I want them to just like enjoy their youth.
No.
But obviously, like we say
There's
about
always
Casey's
time for
traveling,
kids.
it was really scary, her traveling, but it was really good for her. So the fact, like at 18, I was having a baby and she's traveling.
A lot of people have said that they think that I would have not wanted more kids or not wanted kids early because of you guys and having sisters. But I feel like it's made me want kids more.
I got this feeling you're gonna be younger.
Like,
I don't know when, like, but I do feel like you'll be younger than Casey.
Yeah, I can't.
Well,
wait
with
to have
Casey's
kids.
love life, I think everyone's gonna have kids before Casey at this stage.
Oh, don't be mean to her.
I'm only joking, Casey, when you watch this because I know you watch the podcast.
She might.
I'm only
travels.
joking.
But
There's
yeah.
always cats, you know.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I hate cats.
Is traveling something you want to do?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Oh Lord,
Can't do it
Why
all
are you
again.
saying that?
because Grace,
Yes, live with me while you're traveling.
how do I break this to Grace? Grace, I worry about you traveling in a way that
Oh my
I didn't
gosh,
worry
no,
about Casey
hang
traveling.
On a second. Yes. So the other day she rings me and she's like, "Can you pick me up from the station?" I'm like, "Yep, cool, be there. I'll be there."
This isn't my
So
fault.
I pull up to the station. The train pulls up. The train goes. No Grace. My phone rings. Mum, I missed it. The doors didn't open. I'm like, only you, Grace.
And that is the thing,
Divorce.
only you, Grace.
So
No,
then
but
I'm like-
I don't. It didn't open. I was pressing open,
So
and then I
did you-
accidentally ran into the doors after. It was really
So did
embarrassing.
you run to another door? Did
Yeah,
you-
yeah. I tried, but then it went.
I don't know.
Don't
I
believe
just
it.
the thing is, Grace, right? This is why I worry about you traveling. Okay, your communication is bad. We might not hear from you for days, right? We'll be wondering what's going. Sometimes you're out and we're trying. Like even today, picking you up for the podcast, right? We picked you up.
It's a 20-minute drive to the.
I mean, we met you at the station, right? We won't say what station. We met you at the station.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be meeting you. We called you about 8 times.
No, you didn't. You called me twice.
No, Grace. No,
No.
how many
It didn't
times?
go through my phone then.
Yeah, it wasn't going through.
And that's something
like-
so simple as you were supposed to be there at the station waiting for us.
No, because I was getting my nails done. You know that. So how was I meant to like tell them?
I didn't
to
think you'd
stop
still be at the
moving?
nail shop at that time. But anyway, your communication is
I know,
is
it's
really
awful.
bad. So I do.
But also, I just think
No, like
you're...
yesterday, I had a call. She went to her friends to revise for the exam today. She's like, "Sorry, realised the time. Can anyone pick me up?" Yeah. When? Now.
I just like didn't
I'm
realise
like,
that. it
Dad
was-
is out. He can't.
I feel like
pick
you're going to
you.
miss flights if you go traveling. You're going to get...
No,
you're going to get off this...
I've been on a plane by myself before, and I was fine.
But I just feel like there's a lot of traveling. There's coaches to get on. There's things you have to be for at certain times. Like you're going to...
Maybe she's more of a free spirit traveling. She'll do the traveling properly, like Casey didn't, and it was all
She'll end
more
up
the
anywhere.
organised traveling.
But-
Maybe she just needs to put a backpack on. If she makes a flight, she does. If she makes a coach, oh,
It's not like you
gosh.
should be surprised though.
Who are you
I've
going to
always
go
wanted-
with? Like who of your friends want to go traveling? I'm hoping one of them is going to be organised. This is where I'm going with it.
Yeah, I don't really know. Everyone kind of just wants to go traveling, but I haven't planned.
Yeah. No, obviously I want you to go and I know
just
you will
leave it
go.
down to her to plan. It won't happen. So it's fine.
It will.
Oh, I'm gonna.
Where
how hot
would
is
you
that?
want to go like similar route with as Casey, like Australia, Asia, stuff like that. Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I think you'll have a
go
great time. I can
everywhere.
definitely picture you traveling, but it just as your parents, I feel like we'll be slightly more worried.
This is the thing. Yeah, that is so true. I can really see you traveling. I can really see you being like
Free spirit,
hippie.
hippie.
Like, you know, like those trousers you've got.
Oh my green.
I can see you living in like those. What are they called? Like Aladdin pants.
We'll lose you to the jungle. You'll just become
like,
a woman of the jungle.
You know, like a little bandeau
Crazy.
top, little bandana. Like I can see it. Like, but I can see it and I'll be freaked out. So freaked out.
With me on my phone, I'm so bad. I either answer straight away or I'll leave it like ages. Because even Nan and Granddad, they're always like, I've texted you like 5 days ago and you haven't answered. And I'm just like, oh, I saw it and I was going to reply. And then I did in my head and then I
have had so many people say, I've texted Grace, I say, you need to download Snapchat.
No, even my Snapchat if you're my mate.
Although I feel like this is a really great time for me to say, my honey, I need to talk, talking of Snapchat.
To me? I'm not on Snapchat,
No, it's not to you. It's to Grace today.
Okay, phew.
My one is to Grace. And you'll know this very well. Grace always literally would get her phone out and at least expect it. I could be yawning, I could be laughing, and you know my laugh, like ha ha ha, like, and I get a picture, like full face, up the nose, up the chin, like
close
and then
up.
you send it. I'm like, who are you sending that to? Oh, just to my friends. What, like, who? What friends? Why are they getting pictures of me like that? Or we could be messing around in the kitchen. I turn around, she's filming me, and then she sends it. Or like, it's like, no, like,
yeah.
And they're sent before I can even look at them. But if that was the other way around, I would not be allowed those sort of images on my phone. Imagine.
Do you have like a library of these pictures? Or do they disappear?
Yeah, please don't tell me they're going to come out on my birthday.
Oh God, that would be hilarious. We should get them all printed and just post them all around the house.
Put them all over here.
They're
Yeah.
literally the ugliest photos ever. She literally gets the ugliest angle.
What is it with Snap? Like everyone, like all your generation seems to communicate on Snap. Like, do you guys use WhatsApp ever?
No, I've never tried to end it.
But you don't post content on Snap, do you? You just use it as like a messaging platform.
I want to, but I find it so embarrassing because unless you have a verified account, it looks like I'm just trying to post a story.
It looks like you're trying to be an influencer, even though you are.
No, listen. Because if I post it on my main story and I'm like, guys, I'm doing this, it looks like I don't have, like, people wouldn't know I have a public account. It looks like I'm just trying to say to my friends stuff that I'm doing. And you don't do that.
Oh, okay, yeah. How embarrassing.
She's at that, embarrassing stage of like...
Well, no, if I had a verified account, then I'd do it. But
yeah. That's so mad to me that that they don't use WhatsApp and stuff, right?
Mm. Well, I've had times...
Also, who uses iMessage?
Oh, only for Game Pigeon. I love
Or for what?
Game Pigeon.
Oh, if it's a gay pigeons. I was like, what's that?
No, but I've been once when I was dropping her to her friends and she was waiting for a friend to reply and I'm like, can you just call her? Oh, I don't have a number.
What? When did I say that?
It was quite a while back. I'm like,
Yeah,
literally...
I bet there's friends that you don't have their number.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Actually,
then why are you
yeah, it's
acting surprised when your mom just said
Yeah, I know, but I was just thinking of more of close friends and I was like, actually, I have friends that are just... Because it's easy because
and
you
you
don't
guys
have
never
to ask...
call each other. You never call each other.
Yeah, I do.
Well, yeah, she
Hardly
uses
ever.
FaceTime.
Oh,
Huh?
wait, do you mean isn't to be like, oh, meet me here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you'll never
You
call.
might be on FaceTime to like your...
You'll FaceTime
Yeah.
like in the evening. You might FaceTime, right?
Yeah.
But, if
But
you
even
need a
then, you're
quick-
not. That's not a call. That's a FaceTime.
But if you need a quick answer of something,
You won't call someone and be like, "I'm outside your house." You won't be like, "Oh, I'm
Oh, yeah,
outside."
sometimes I do.
Most of the time, you're on.
If
Snap.
it's, no, because if it's like her or someone, I will.
This
And then
is
if it's someone like...
I have spoke to a few mums that find it hard as to when to allow their kids to go on Snapchat because obviously it is quite scary for a mum because the messages just get deleted and there's no
Or they
trail
disappear, yeah.
sometimes or they disappear, whatever happens. But I was trying to explain to some mums like it's the way of their communication now in secondary school. Like if you don't have Snapchat, you're not really communicating because the kids aren't giving out their numbers. They're not WhatsApping anymore. So although it is scary, you've got to try and build that trust somehow because that's where the communication is pretty...
Yeah, because otherwise your
pretty
child is
hard.
going to miss out socially. 'Cause,
Yeah, like year 6,
they're not
yeah,
gonna
they're
hear
in
from anyone.
WhatsApp groups, but year 7, they're changing to Snapchat and that's the way it is. And you, unfortunately, you can't change that really. You're just making your child miss out on things like...
And Grace, is Snap like? Is it a? I don't know how to say this.
Yeah.
Is it a dangerous app?
Is
like,
it?
Is it
You're
risky?
showing your age now.
I know. I know I am, but I don't
What
really
do you-
understand
the
it.
worries
But
that
okay,
we had.
if you were a parent,
Yeah.
what age would you allow your kid to go on Snap, and what do you think the risks would be?
Well,
Can you talk to random people
yeah.
on there?
But only if you add them like the same, like.
Like on Instagram?
Do you think
have to
kids could
Well,
get
it's not as
groomed
easy
on
to
there?
add them. Probably, yeah.
You
As
could-
in, like, if you're no, but not like easily. If they add, I'd say like if I had a kid, and they were going into secondary school and their friends had it, then I would let them, but I'd make sure to know who they have on it. I wouldn't check their messages because I think that's just unless there's a reason to, but who they have on it, I think is more important because you can see unless you go on ghost mode, you can see location.
Could you just receive like a random, like see on Instagram, you can get a DM
No.
from anyone, and they could send you like a
picture.
uh,
DP.
a DP, a DP.
No, not unless you have
Right.
them like added.
So would you say Instagram's actually like a more risky app?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I think the thing that freaks parents out about Snap is that the messages disappear after however long.
I think that's the good
But
way
actually-
of saying it. Is like it's actually who you're following. It's understanding. It's that again. It's that communication and respect to each other. To
The risk on Snap is that they could get an ad from someone who they think, oh, that's my friend Susan, but it's not, right? Yeah, I always say
Yeah.
Susan. I don't know why. But actually Instagram, you could actually just open a requested message and see something you don't want to see.
yeah.
So yeah. So Snaps are
But also, I
Snaps are
feel
better.
like on Instagram you get more added by like weird people because they
Yeah.
just go around following all the accounts. Whereas Snapchat, it's not. It's
It's
just
harder to yeah.
because you don't just find it. You have to like search it up unless it's like
Yeah.
mutual.
Talking of parenting, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, what's your opinion on like me and mum and our parenting styles or different parent styles? Like, who do you think? Like, and also I want to know like what stuff you might take from us as parents into your
Yeah.
parenting one day,
I've
and what
always
stuff you
thought-
will leave behind.
So I've always thought you're really good parents, and you're strict on
Oh,
the
thanks.
stuff.
How much
that-
are we paying her for this?
No, you're strict on stuff that you need to be strict with, but it's not. If you're not like strict parents, like, as in drinking, you're not strict on it, but because you're not strict on it, I'm open with you, and I know that I'm not gonna go get like
In a situation.
where I
dangerous.
can't tell you, oh, I've drunk a bit. Like, can you help? Like, pick me up?
I think like I don't know if it always works, but in our house it seems to be working. This kind of open,
Just
like we're not
honest,
going to be
yeah.
strict about certain things. You are allowed to drink even though you're under 18, but there are rules that we have to follow.
It's being open and honest and having a great relationship, but it's remembering at the end of the day we're still parents. We're not their friends. We're not here trying to be really nicey nice that then you walk all over us. So you get the respect there. It's about the boundaries, and I think
Yeah, and you've
somehow
always
we've
been
managed it.
very strict on like cleaning and stuff. Like, not even my room.
Really?
No, not my room. But it's
Doesn't
in, like,
Failed that
no,
one.
since we were younger, we've always had to like do chores around the house,
Yeah.
which I think is good because some of my friends, they don't have to do anything, and then you can kind of tell who's like who does and who doesn't because like when it's just like comes to like
Naturally doing it.
When your
Yeah.
friends are
around.
around and you've all had like pizza or whatever, you can see the ones
Yeah.
that start tidying up and the ones that just don't even, it doesn't even come into their
not come at
mind.
anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, which is good because even I've picked up on that. I've always been very like when I've gone around people's houses, made sure to like always put my stuff away.
You have done that from a very young age. I've always had the kids' parents always telling me how good you are of that.
Yeah, but then it's my room. That's just where.
What do you think you'll be like as a parent? Do you think you'll be strict? Do you think you'll be laid
I worry
back?
for her house. I'm gonna have to go
That's
round.
why
I'm
I'm
gonna
like, I
have to
just
go
need to
round.
marry someone who's like really tidy. To be fair, I feel like I don't know how I'm going to be, but I feel like I'll be better like tidying up like the kitchen, the downstairs stuff, if they can tidy the room. I don't really know. 'Cause
Just
I feel
don't
No, I
get
feel-
a
no.
playroom.
I don't know.
Playroom is the worst.
I think the thing with you, Grace, is because your room is your responsibility. That's why it doesn't get done. Whereas the rest of the house, you do know if you cook in the kitchen and if you didn't tidy it up, you're gonna get in trouble, right?
Yeah.
Whereas in your room, I might have a little moan, but you're not getting like grounded
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like,
Also, I
but-
think that's a good shout. I think forget marrying rich. Marry someone that is super organised, super tidy, opposite of you. That's what I've done with your mum.
Yeah.
I married someone that could keep my house tidy, keep me in order.
Yeah.
But like we know, I won't say their names. We know a couple, and they're both they're both bad, right? They're both like me and you, Grace. So like sometimes their house gets a bit crazy, and I always think, imagine if your mum was like messy and unorganized and untidy as me. That would be chaos.
And I think, imagine if your dad was tidy, it'd be heaven.
Oh my God, that would be bliss.
Imagine how tidy our house would be. Oh,
we'd be able to eat off the floor.
Although I did have the other day, I went in and I got in trouble by Casey and Grace because I literally went upstairs and I went into your room, didn't I? I was like, your room is so bad, it stinks. It's making the house smell.
If I put my mealworms on the top all together with the things, then my room smells.
Old packets.
I need to put them in the drawer and then
in the bin.
No, even my new ones, they just always smell, Mum.
Anyway, right, so I go in and Kay's like, you're being really out of order. I'm like, I let her have a messy room, but when it affects the rest of my house and it's starting to smell.
But do you know what always annoys me? And I've said this like 5,000 times. What do you say? Which I tell you not to say every single time.
I come in, I'm going, oh.
No.
What is it?
Get shit done.
Oh, yeah, get shit done. Come on, Grace, I'll be getting
No, because
I'm trying to be motivational. It irritates her. She's like, it makes me
so annoyed. Especially when I'm already doing it, then she says it. I put it down and I go on my phone because I'm like, it puts me in a.
I haven't said that since you told me that. Before you used to say, don't say that, but then when you explained it to me, I actually haven't said that since then.
So I get that. Someone saying that doesn't really help.
No, but
I like doing it off my own back and then being like, oh look, I'm sorry.
And she's
But the other day, I went and I've taken out all my clothes. And then I sorted through them, and then I put them back, and they're actually neat. Not my room's not really tidy.
No, I mean,
but because hasn't she been going on about getting rid of some of my clothes? And now I finally done it.
They're still in her room.
But have you? The last time you decided to get rid of your clothes, what happened is they sat in bin bags for weeks. I ended up having to ask my PA to take them out of your room and put them on Vinted for you. Because I was worried about you putting it all on Vinted if you ever got round to it. And then all of a sudden about 1,000 people all saying, where's my order?
No. I don't know. Maybe I could pay someone to do it and then I can give them some of the money.
Yeah, you could do a profit share with the clothes.
Or you could just get rid of your clothes, take them to charity, do a good thing.
Casey gave a load of stuff to her cousin, Holly. Yeah. You could do that.
That's what because I was going to do that. And then obviously there's stuff she doesn't want.
Yeah. But you actually managed to raise money for your Borneo trip
through
selling your stuff on Vinted. So
it's going around so quick, literally.
I can't believe that you're going away for 4 weeks with a school trip.
It's pretty mad.
Do you know what I was going to say? Sorry. When I am a parent, I'm actually going to cook for my kids.
Oh, girl, it's getting heat. Me? Wait, what? I thought this was dig at your mum. Why is it dig at me?
Just because she's a female, she has to cook.
No.
Whoa, that was.
Okay.
That was patriarchal of you.
Wow.
Feminist up
getting
in here.
Real feminist in here.
Why are you not cooking, mofo?
I think she was really talking to you. Why are you not cooking for her?
Because, life is busy and
Grace, you don't eat meat, so we don't feed her.
I actually do like cooking. I kind of enjoy it, unless I'm being lazy. I like doing it and making my own things and stuff and baking.
Should we talk about what happened the other day?
You do get dinner
as
well. Can we not say that we don't
Oh yeah, I think we do feed her really, but
she's good. I'm just not cooking from scratch like I used to.
Okay.
But
so the thing is, sometimes we do get a lot more Deliveroo these days than we used to. And Grace just doesn't really seem to like anything on Deliveroo.
Yeah, I'll get it sometimes, but I'm not
No, obviously we have someone that looks after the little ones, and I do the food shop and I do it as dinners, and you are getting dinner every night. It's just not me cooking it. Someone is cooking you dinner. Why should I cook it?
No, because before, sometimes I just had to make it myself. Sometimes I still do, guys. No, because on the weekends I do.
Yeah, because
but this is character building.
No, because you're pescatarian, so you don't eat what the little ones eat. You don't eat what we eat. Sometimes you're pretty fussy. Sometimes you've gone out and you haven't acknowledged.
Sometimes what's for dinner? And you're like, oh, I'm making my own meal in the microwave. Like, it's like a nice meal. It's not like you just put you're not putting like a boil bag in the mic. But no,
More like a healthy
that's
meal,
wrong,
like a
isn't
healthy
it?
microwave meal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're all over the place. It's a lot harder to all be like, oh, we're all gonna eat this for dinner. We're all gonna eat this at this time.
Yeah.
It's not like when you were younger. But at the same time, you know, you are 16,
and you
you're
have
17.
and you have to remember, when you were younger, I was at home every single day. I now work, so unfortunately, no, I don't make.
Also, should we talk about the
meals every
situation
day.
that happened the other day where Grace is technically not a vegetarian anymore?
Oh, so there was dinner on the side, and that normally means it's mine because that's it's always normally been, right? And there's like sausages in a bowl. So assuming that it's my dinner, because it's a whole dinner made up, it's not just these. I eat a bit of like broccoli or whatever, and then I take a bite of the sausage, and I'm like, this does not taste like, it tastes like real meat. Like,
Did it taste really delicious?
it didn't taste bad. I don't
First
know.
thing, first thing I said to her, but did you like it?
I said, yeah. No, because I don't not like the taste of meat.
I bet there was so much flavour to it compared to yours.
well,
That's
no,
not the point. It's
yeah.
moral
Yeah.
issues.
My friends always, no, sometimes they're like, when are you going to become unvegetarian? I'm like, that's not really the point of becoming vegetarian.
But yeah, so she ate half a sausage.
No, not half. I took a
Yeah,
bite.
it was a big bite. I'll tell you that much.
If
And then
you
I went
was not a
upstairs and
vegetarian,
went,
then I'd cook for you, because then you could have whatever we're having.
Such a lie. Such a lie. No, but then I went up and I was told that it was my dinner, just not the sausages. They were on the plate.
No,
in a
it was just
separate bowl.
left over.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
The goods dinner.
I was just,
That was well confusing though. But
Yeah.
if I was a dedicated vegetarian, I wouldn't have just risked it and taken a bite out.
no,
of
because
what
I
looked
thought I saw
like
veggie
exactly like a sausage.
sausages. in
Veggie sausages.
I got that veggie sausages. But yeah, so Grace, technically you've only been a vegetarian for about what, week and a half? It resets back
You
to
might
level
as well-
one.
you might- What meat do you miss, if anything? I think you said before, would it be McDonald's chicken nuggets?
No, that's what that would
That's
be
the thing.
such a
That's the
boring-
moment she gave up. She was
Yeah.
halfway for a
What do you
chicken
mean it's
nugget.
boring?
No, it's in out of everything. It would
What about
Tell
But-
us about the
but
moment
it
you
would-
gave up meat.
You're not going to let me
Yeah,
answer
let
this
her
question
answer this
first?
one first.
Oh, what was your
she
question?
missed?
Was it interesting?
Probably lamb.
Oh, roast dinner lamb. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
good.
So you gave up meat because of the moral grounding, but the thing you missed
It was
most
quite
is
random though as
eating
well.
baby sheep.
Yeah.
So delicious.
Tiny little baby.
No, so yeah, tell us about the moment you were halfway through a chicken nugget.
So
and-
we're on a go-go boat. Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm eating these chicken nuggets from McDonald's. And I'm just like, it was really just out of nowhere because I've never thought about it before. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to put it down and become vegetarian. But I didn't say anything then, really. And we got home. I had a carbonara. Mum made a carbonara. Well done. And I picked out do you remember I picked out all the ham? Is it ham or bacon?
Bacon.
I picked out
Pancetta.
all the bacon stuff and just ate this thing. And then I was like, I'm becoming pescatarian. Then I went bowling, and then the next day
she
was
went
probably
bowling.
like
That
that.
was
And then
it. She went bowling to celebrate. her new
I
decision.
remember, no, because I called Pearl and she was like, "Oh, this is gonna last a week," and then like 5 years later, 4.
That's what I
I
found
wish
really.
it lasted a week.
That's what I found really hilarious. Because when your sister, when she was probably the same age as Grace at the time of becoming pescatarian, your sister did it at that same age. And I remember your mum, like, she would make spaghetti bolognese and stuff, and your sister would be like, "Is it like corn mince?" And your mum would be like, "Yeah, it is." And she'd be eating it like it's not like. And she said it wasn't until she really realised that no, she's dedicated. She's like, I had to change it to then corn
For
mince.
ages, she
Also-
kept giving her mince.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be harder then though, because there's a lot more stuff now. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like,
There's a lot more like
options.
meat replacements and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
and also it's easier because I'm pescatarian.
Yeah,
I
but
still
you
eat
did
fish.
try. You tried to give up fish. We put a stop
'cause-
to that
no,
immediately.
It's because we all watched Seaspiracy together, and then that's what put me off.
Yeah, and you
then-
went, "Oh," and I was like, "Absolutely not."
You were like, "I'm gonna make you eat chicken." Then
I was like, then I was like, then I'll force
She
you to
said,
eat meat,
"I want
one or
you
the
to
other.
eat chicken." I went, "You can't really
You
do
look
that." To
like-
be fair,
I was
but
like, I will.
but we did. We were like, no. Come on, we can't.
Because
There's only so much you already
because
eat.
the thing is, that's what I'm saying. It's like it wasn't like you became pescatarian and then you was really good in trying lentils and like like I feel like if you're gonna be a pescatarian or a vegetarian, you've got to be pretty open. Otherwise, just eating plain rice, plain pasta. Well, you don't even eat rice, but so there was so many things you wasn't eating. So that's probably why. you forced me to stop cooking for you guys because you're hard work.
Who
Casey's
forced
hard
you to
work.
stop?
The kids all want different stuff. Like, it's hectic. It's hell. So, yeah.
Stop trying to justify the fact you don't cook for us anymore, Sarah.
You could cook.
Or beans and
pasta. Do you know pasta, beans and cheese, right? It's going to go down in history because people still now, like someone DM'd me on Instagram the other day, a picture of them making pasta, beans and cheese. Nanny Roz sent me a video from TikTok of someone making our famous.
My dad.
It does.
My childhood. If my mum, it was very rare. If my mum couldn't cook for something, my dad would then make pasta, beans and cheese.
Your dad made it. I perfected it.
He did used to put bacon on top as well sometimes. That was
But the vinegar and the ketchup and putting it all in the pan together. And Sarah's not on board with the vinegar and the ketchup, which really does my head in because even Casey and Grace, you guys are on board with it.
Yeah.
It's so good when you add that in.
I've never had it without. I feel like it wouldn't be as like.
It's just it just feels plain. Yeah, it feels like there's not really a lot of flavour when you don't add that. All right, well, I think that is all we have time for this week. Thank you very much, Grace, for being our guest. And guys, if you want Grace to come back, let us know in the comments. Give some topics that you want Grace to come back and talk about. And if they're good, we might have you back. Okay.
Don't all rush at once.
If the views are good, we might have you back on. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe, leave us a comment, rate us 5 stars wherever you're listening to this. It really helps the podcast massively and we really appreciate it. But yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next Tuesday.